Yo, what's up, YouTube? Today was a shit day. Absolute shit. Now, I've been documenting my journey day trading, so every day I record a little recap of what I did in the market, and today I fucked up, dude. I was in class, feeling very, very emotional, just impatient, wanted to see a win, just needed the dopamine, honestly. Placed two shitty trades, one on ES, one on NQ. I'll go over them on the chart in a little bit with you guys. But yeah, just feeling very disappointed, very not angry, just more disappointed and sad in my performance. I feel like I'm more disciplined and more in control of myself than what I showed today. But I'm just making this and kind of recording this in my car because I just want to spit right now. But it's important to also not beat yourself up too much, because once you start getting into that negative spiral of thinking, you start beating yourself down. All you do is destroy your confidence. You convince yourself you don't have an edge. You convince yourself your strategy doesn't work. And once you are convinced about all those negative things, your body's gonna act as if those things were actually true, when in reality it's all in your head, dude. You fucked up. The edge is still there. You know the edge works. People make money trading all over the world all the time. You might not know about it or know anyone personally, but trust me, there are motherfuckers out there making millions of dollars a year from pressing buttons on a computer. Now think about the power that comes with that, right? Do you think that extreme power and that ability is gonna come by easy? Fuck no, dude. This is one of the hardest careers and professions you can honestly do. People talk about, oh, going to school, becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer is so hard. Dude, becoming a trader, a real professional trader, is insanely hard. I would argue it's harder than any of these other like college required jobs where you need a degree and you need grad school. Like, yeah, the schooling is tough, you gotta grind. But with the schooling, it's all straightforward. It's very secure. You know, if you do this, you will get this guaranteed pay at this guaranteed job if the economy holds up. With trading, dude, oh my God, bro. There's so many unknowns, and that's what tweaks people out. Like, there are so many unknowns. You're just like, fuck, is this even possible? Like, am I wasting my time? And that's where the negative talk comes in, and you reinforce those shitty beliefs instead of talking yourself as in a hopeful, optimistic way. Like, yo, Nick, today was a bad day. That doesn't mean tomorrow's gonna be a bad day. It doesn't mean your edge is gone. You just got emotional, made some bad trades. Shit happens, dude. You lost barely, not even 0.5% of the combine account. You're chilling. You're still very far away from your max limit. You can easily risk 200, 300 a trade, hit 1 to 1.5 R. A couple of trades, like 6 trades, 7 trades from now, you can have a funded account literally in your hands. But yeah, I'm gonna take time, reflect, go in the charts with you guys right now, and then hopefully tomorrow we lock in and we get a grip on ourselves. All right. What's good, boys? Recorded in the car. Now I'm back on the charts. Gonna go over the actual technical analysis or the price action of today. Today, as you can see, 4 trades, lost net 260. Had a long idea on Euro USD in the morning before like New York market opens. The first entry, I rushed it, lost 1% on one account. The second entry banged for 1,000. Only risked 500 though, so you know what I mean. That's out. It was a 2R, 2R, 1R. It's all right. And then 2 stupid ass trades with futures. But let's first go over EU. I know you guys are a lot of future boys, but don't click off the video. I will get to the future side in a minute, and I think there's value in watching these videos, okay? So don't be clicking off just because this shit's boring. I'm going over Forex. The price action is the same on all this shit. I trade the same on EU as I do on on futures, right? So what do we see here on EU? So we see displace. It seems like we're bearish, right, coming into today. But the next draw on liquidity would be what point? So like say where are we Thursday. So market opens right around this level right here. 9. Something like that, right? So we come in, we see that we are taking this high here. Yep, 8 right here. So we come in, right? Boom, boom. The next draw, if we're bearish, would be all the way down here, right? And we would respect these bearish fair value gaps. But as you see in London and Asia, we disrespect all that shit, and we look to take out this high. So we go to a lower time frame, right? What do we see? Boom. The next draw would be here. If we're bearish, we disrespect these bearish gaps. So there's nothing protecting this high. We take this high, right? And then we're in this premium of this leg right here. But as you can see, we break structure. So now we are in extremely bullish order flow. And I just try to follow the order flow, right? So in the 15-minute, we see, if we just replay this back to here, like you see, extremely bullish. We leave a big gap, so I wait for a retracement. We retrace, right? Boom. Market opens. We rip up, displacing past all these highs. There's a high right here I'm targeting. Boom. And as you can see, this is all low resistance liquidity. Boom, 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 boom. All these highs could be targets. On a higher time frame, we are moving up. This could easily just have been a retrace. We see some sort of breaks of structure up on lower time frames, proving that we're now continuing with the overall 4-hour and daily trend. So we see a retrace into a 15-minute fair value gap. And what do I look for out of here? This is my first L, the one I just talked about. Boom. I entered off this one huge displacing 1-minute bullish candle, and I guess the entry would be like the case I would make would be we break 1-minute structure here, but which isn't a bad entry. I wanted to get involved, but you'll see how much better this next entry is, right? So we come in, boom. Look at this entry here. So we lose this trade. I enter right around this level up here, whatever. We lose it anyway. Then we make a bearish 1-minute fair value gap, and we completely inverse that bitch. And then I wait for another candle to see if that was just like a little, you know what I mean, just a 1-minute, like whatever, random event. But we also make another solid body close. So I enter somewhere around here on the retrace, and then I set my take profit for the high of this range, and that's around a 2.2 R. So this one ended up playing out perfectly, just boom. Retraced, I didn't give up, held through it, and bam, hit TP. Very nice trade. Very happy with it. Low key, should have just ended it there. Should have just ended my day there, because like this was a solid trade, and I just wanted to do, I wanted the feeling of winning again, but on my futures account. And this is such a beautiful trade on EU. Like, I just wanted to make it happen on the futures. But the thing is, when you're a trader, your job is, you can't make anything happen. You have to deal with what price gives you, right? So let's come into the futures now. The futures have been very tough lately for some reason. Like, I just can't read it for shit. But price, what's it called? I didn't really have any clear bias coming into the day. My game plan was honestly just wait for one of these lows or highs to get taken, then maybe to catch a reversal. And that's what I did, right? But my original plan, like I just said, was to catch a reversal. So that would mean after waiting this huge 9 o'clock candle, I would catch reversals back up to fill this inbound. But what do? I log into a lower time frame. What do? I map out this huge 15-minute gap right here. Boom. Go to even a lower, an even lower time frame. Boom. We catch this gap right here. Boom. And it is in a premium zone too, which is pretty good. It's a premium zone. And what do I do here? We inversed. The correct trade, honestly, the beautiful trade would have been this right here. So I, boom, get out of here. So you see we tag into a beautiful discount for value gap, and we inverse this. Let's get rid of this box right here. We inverse this bullish for value gap. Now, I know the risk reward's going to be fucked on this. But if I just enter on this 5-minute inverse, TP at this low, stop loss right above the inverse, it's a 0.8 R trade, but it's so free. That's the thing. It's free. It's a free trade because it's so obvious. Like, if price respects this fair value gap, we destroy the only point of support, I guess. And where do you think price is gonna go next? Like, if price wanted to go higher, we would respect this bullish gap and go higher, but we destroy it. So that means price is looking for something else. We're trying to hunt out these lows, and I thought we were going for these lows here, right? But again, all in hindsight. If we drop to the 1 minute, it'd be even clearer. We enter off this candle right here, boom. Right off this candle here, boom. Stop loss right above this high. Bam, that's a 1.4 R trade, dude. I just gotta ride it out. But again, on hindsight, that's the thing with trading. In hindsight, shit's easy. But let's go over the trade I actually took. So, as you can see on this move down, we create a bearish for value gap. Bearish for value gap right here, 5 minute. And what do? Price comes down, and we don't sweep this key swing low. We don't sweep it. We come up, and then we inverse this bearish for value gap. So in my head now, I'm thinking like, oh shit. We have resting imbalance above us right here. You see this huge gap. There's just a lot of gaps still to be left mitigated. And price is showing me that the 5 minute time frame is telling me price wants to go up. And looking in hindsight, I was correct. My bias was correct. We inverse this bearish gap, and we end up going for this form of liquidity in this high. So we inverse this gap. I placed the entry right at the 5 minute close, but the thing is, I wanted a little nicer of a risk to reward, so I put my stop kind of tight right under this inverse value gap. What do? We just get chopped up. Boom, taken out pretty much off the rip. And then what do? We'd blow up and hit our TP. So this one is upsetting because good trade idea, right? Like, I don't know if it's stupid to even have this as a target because we are so bearish. But my mindset was like, listen, if you go on all these higher time frames, right? This is like right around this level. Look at how much of this imbalance we still have left to fill. And if we look on higher time frames, like, look at where we're at. We're also in a daily fair value gap. This is extremely, extremely important, and I failed to understand the significance of this daily gap. We are in a daily fair value gap. Just swept all these lows, right? And then we inverse this 5 minute bearish for value gap. Now, just because I'm using a daily fair value gap, I low-key would have liked to see some kind of 15-minute inverse, but there's no 15-minute candle to go off of, right? So I was correct in identifying the trend is switching here. Like bulls are taking control of the market here. I just got kind of unlucky and chopped up in this bullshit. And I'm not going to be angry about it because that's just what happens, you know? Like, as soon as I enter, boom, stopped out, boom, price comes back, doom, 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 takes out my TP. So, let's look over this. What other trades could I have gotten into? Not really sure, to be honest. This was the best trade, honestly, in my opinion. I just got unlucky with my stop placement. I could have placed it a little lower and survived. But yeah, as I look back, I don't really know what else I could have taken to really improve my... Like, today was a really, really slow, choppy day. If they go on a 15-minute too, like, look at this. What price... What are you trading here, dude? What are you trading here, bro? But yeah, this I think was the second trade I took, though. If you go to MES, this is where the other trade was. Now this one was bullshit too. So I see pretty similar situation. I have this line right here as my target, and what this line represents is the bottom of this fair value gap. So I was expecting price to come in and completely fill this gap, mitigate this order block, mitigate this fair value gap. So that's my higher time frame draw. What I use as my confirmation? Well, huge displacing candle showing pressure to downside. So what do? I understand that price is bearish now, so I look for areas where I can go short out of. And what do? I look for this. I look for some sort of a value gap or something to enter upon, and we see, what do? Price comes in, we hit equilibrium, we tap into these fair value gaps in the 15-minute, we sell off hard. Now there's no bullish PD array supporting price. We make two equal lows, right? We tap into this bearish 5-minute gap. Now I look for some sort of 1-minute reaction. Now my mistake, though, this is where my mistake is. If you see on the 1 minute, when we come up, we don't respect this for value gap. Look, we inverse it. We have 1 minute closures above the fucking gap, dude. That is not bearish at all. But nonetheless, I still was very, very convinced that price was going to go lower and take out these two equal lows. Or not equal, but relatively equal. So I put my take profit. I knew this was my target. Then I was on the 1 minute and I was like, how the fuck, what could I do to get in here? So I look, let me try to remember what time frame I was on. See, I tag in and boom. Okay, this is what it was. So now we see that bearish for value gap, right? I don't know if you guys see this, but if you check out right here, boom, this is a bullish for value gap. So this right here is a bullish 5-minute for value gap. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if price wants to go up and fill more, of these imbalances on the higher time frame, don't you think price would respect this 5-minute imbalance, you know, and continue moving in this fashion right here? Move from this imbalance back up. But what do? We inverse it, bro. We inverse the fair value gap. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, we inverse, we make a couple bearish candles. We're losing momentum, which is my problem, but at the same time, I wasn't on the market at this exact moment. I would have liked to enter off this bearish candle, maybe put my stop loss there. This would have been a better trade, and man, we would have basically gotten TP, honestly. So that was my mistake. I kind of waited a little too long, but we should have entered there. But regardless, I enter around here, something like that, like maybe something here, whatever, and I put my stop loss right here. I don't know, what the fuck this is. Yeah. So I put my stop loss at the top of this for value gap, because if price is bearish, we're going to respect this 1 minute for value gap. What do? Literally, as soon as I enter, price comes up, tags me out. Now, like, this is what I'm talking about. Both of these trades, actually, when I'm looking at it, aren't bad. The only problem I would say is it's 11:30, kind of out of my trading zone. I'd rather take a trade right 9:30 to 10:30. That's usually when volume starts pumping. That's when the big moves happen. But as you can see, we just didn't get that. And another trade could have been this 1 minute inversion right here on the 1 minute. But like I said, I don't really like playing off of 1 minute inversions without any 5 or 15 minute confirmation. So at this point, like, it would be very ballsy to just, like, your only confidence, I would say, is being extremely oversold, and the fact that we're in a daily fair value gap. But I'm not gonna take a 1 minute inverse out of a daily fair value gap. That's not smart. I want to use the 5 minute and the 15 minute to help me. You know what I mean? Help increase my win rate, my probability of the play actually playing out. But as you can see, 1 minute fair value gap, we inverse it, take out. We didn't even take out the highs, but I would have. I guess, I don't know. This is not even a trade for me. It doesn't fit my model. But yeah. Besides that, let me see what else I could have gotten. Man, I'm really, really surprised we didn't take out these lows, though, dude. The only mistake I guess I made was continuing to keep my bearish bias after inversing this 1 minute gap. I mean, this 5 minute fair value gap. I should have been like, okay, we've completely violated the gap. Price is probably not going to come down and take out these lows again. I guess another trade I could have taken, now that I'm seeing it in hindsight, I see big displacing moves up, so I wait for price to get to this imbalance down here. Boom. And what do? I wait for price to get here. Boom. Boom. I don't really see an entry either, though. Yeah, no real entry out of this gap either. You could take these candle closures, but then you see it stopped out. But then boom, we close out again. But yeah, we don't get an inverse or anything. So no real entries here either way. But yeah, those were my trades today. Not terrible. Not gonna beat myself up over it. I didn't like blindly take the trades. There were confluence behind each one, you know. Like if you look on the 1 minute, like, would you not have a bearish fucking bias? Look at the pressure from coming to the downside. We make equal lows. We inverse of bullish 5 minute for value gap. Like, dude, I thought that was free. I thought we were going to rip past down here. But, you know, price had a different story. The market makers were like, Nicholas, not today, my friend. So, yeah, that'll do it for the charting, the chart work. I'm going to look over it more tonight probably. But, yeah, that'll do it for this one. We can look at my performance. I'm now down 200 today. Max limit, I still have a couple 2,000 plus. I'm down $30 total on the account, so I'm not gonna complain. Worst to my best trade, because I risked way more today. Monthly P&L 22. This is my first ever month day trading, by the way, right here. This isn't bad, dude, honestly. I'm not going to complain about it. Like, yeah, boom, small loss, only took a micro. 2 micros
one micro, and then one, two, and then one with actually two trades with 2 micros each. But yeah, we'll see what the hell happens tomorrow. Very excited, very excited. But yeah, that'll do it. Hope you guys doing well. Hope you guys did better than me today. Deuces. Hope you guys liked the cut too. Feeling fucking clean. Did some weird mustache. I never got my beard trimmed before, and it freaking took an hour. So hopefully it looks pretty decent. But yeah, see you boys tomorrow. Back at it tomorrow with another trading video.